Hi, welcome back. So just a recap, in the previous video we have imported the Telegraph library here. We have also created an instance of our bot using the Telegraph constructor, and we have included the token inside the constructor. And finally we have the bot launch method to get the script to start polling Telegram for updates. Now in this video, we will learn about the most common commands that are used in Telegram bots. The first command we're going to learn is the start command. So how the start command is invoked is by typing /start by the user. Also, the user can invoke this start command when they start your bot for the first time. So let me demonstrate this. Like when you go to your bot, see there's a start button here. When you start the bot for the first time, it will invoke this start command as well. So to create a handler for this start command, we type bot.start followed by parentheses. So this start method takes in something that is called a middleware function. And what a middleware function is, it is essential for any modern framework. So you can think of a middleware function as a special function that takes in two parameters. The first parameter is the Telegraph context object, and the second parameter is a next function. The next function is optional. So for now, in our start method, we're going to use just the context object. So going back to Visual Studios, we're going to use a JavaScript ES6 arrow function. So I'm going to type parentheses, arrow followed by curly braces. And we will include the context object here in the parameter. And also what we're going to do is we're going to reply back to the user a message. So we will call upon the reply method of the context object. So type ctx.reply followed by parentheses and double quotation. So inside here is what we're going to reply to the user. So I'm going to reply, you have entered the start command. Once that is done, let's hit the save button. And now let's test out our bot, but first we have to run our bot in the console. So you can use Visual Studio Code's built-in terminal here, but for me I'm going to use a separate window. Open a console on my Windows. And let's go into the file path of our folder. So copy the file path here, and we're going to change directory into that file path. And to run our bot, we just have to type node followed by the name of the script that we want to run. So in this case, it is bot.js. So I'm going to type bot.js. And as you can see, the script is running at the moment. So let's head over to Telegram. We'll start the bot. And you can see our message is displayed here. It means our bot is working. So this is just the start command. There is two other commands that we can use that is also common, can show up in the documentation here. So the other two command is the help command and the settings command. So to create a handler for both of those commands, we will type bot.help followed by parentheses, and also will include an arrow function, and we will insert the context object in the parameter. Similarly, let's copy this code here. So we change it to help, and also let's do it for the settings command. So settings with a S. So let's type bot.settings, arrow function. Similarly, we're going to copy this reply method and settings. So let's hit the save button. Let's go back to the command prompt. To stop our bot, we hit Ctrl+C. Okay, so let's run the bot again. Let's type node bot.js. And now let's test our help method or help command. And yes, we have gotten back a response with the help method. Also, let's test it out. Let's test out the settings. And yes, we get a response with the settings command.